Morning, everybody. Ooh. Hey, Gregor, Teletronics, Rob. Hello, Liz. Welcome. Shouldn't you be asleep? Hi, Andy. Hi, Michael. It's been ages since we've had Blitz City DIY on a stream, I think. Long time. Didn't even get a pen in my order. Yeah, I do sometimes and I don't sometimes. I think I've only got 4 pens or 5 pens and I've done about 11 orders. So, hey Greg. Hey Julian. Yo. What's up? Yes. I still need to get myself an unexpected maker pen like Julian's got his pens. I like that. It's good branding. Oh, that's right, you're on holidays. Yay. For a few days. Cool. Hello, Paul. Good morning. It is freezing here. I think it was 6 degrees when I woke up this morning. 6 degrees. Oh, boy. It's going to be an interesting stream today. I'm working on lots of little things. Well, not lots of. Just going to wait a few minutes. It's not quite 7 o'clock yet. Oh, Ralph Bacon, a USB charger. Ralph Bacon? What's Ralph Bacon? Oh, nice. Really? 30 degrees? That's a hot summer for the UK. Got my cup of coffee, hit the like button, we're good to go. Thanks, Andy. 2 degrees in Auckland. Oh, boy. So our heater in our house, our central heating's been broken for the last few weeks. And we normally have a heater come on at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it's supposed to warm up the house by 7 when the kids get up. Not that they get up at 7. And it's been broken, so it hasn't been able to get past about 10 degrees. And I finally got it fixed last week. So it's not so bad waking up at 6 degrees in the morning when the house is nice and warm and toasty. This is my box of dramas. Oh, why is the camera not straight? Shall we fix that? Let's try to fix that. I'm not OCD, but I also don't like wonky lines. You should sub. Ralph S. Bacon. Is that a Arduino tuber? Okay. I'll check out Ralph. There's so many. I mean, hey David, my sub list is just incredibly long. If it wasn't for the notifications that pop up in the stream, in my activity monitor, I wouldn't even know when people have got new videos out anymore. I used to refresh the subscription tab all the time, but now every time I refresh it, there's 20 more videos. You got a beanie? No, I don't wear beanies. Hey Colin. Excuse me. Unexpected cold snap. Oh, you're never going to let the unexpected jokes go, are you, Andy? No, you're not. So I had an interesting thing happen. I've actually... Hang on, where's my... Why did I put that away? I didn't mean to put that away. Okay, there's into my tongue. I had an interesting thing that happened with an order. Actually, I've got video in my June random bites, but I guess I should take these out, shouldn't I? Because they're kind of the star of the show. Hey David, yo yo yo, how's the sunburn? Yeah, isn't it too hot, Julian? I don't know. If I had to live in it all the time, I think between 25 and 27 would be nice. 30 or above, just a little bit too much after a few days, I think. I'd rather there weren't extremes. It'd be nice if it was just, we could go outside in shorts and a t-shirt all day and not have to worry about getting cold, but not necessarily have to worry about getting heat burn or sunburn. Anyway, this is the start of the show. I've already ripped 3 off. So I wanted to see how easy they came off because I didn't want to bust them on the stream. Also had to test some things. So I'll go through this again actually because it's on my random bites, but I'll quickly do it again. I ordered 2 lots of ATTiny surface mount from 2 different suppliers from AliExpress, and just tip those out. So there, I did 10 in one order. Let's get a bit closer. Can we get closer and focused? Hopefully. Oh, thank you. I don't think it's going to change the chat though, because there aren't that many chat messages. Okay, but thank you for letting me know. God, it's twice in a row. Hey Jonathan. Yes, I sent it off yesterday. Thank you for your order. I have no idea how long it's going to take to get to Belgium. I'm just letting you know now. I've had orders get to the UK within a couple of weeks. I've had orders get to the UK in 5 weeks. So, sorry. Top Cat. Yay. Hey, how's it going? Choose your responses to my mental vocoder. The Dalek simulator. That's what I thought it sounded like, but everyone already chatted in, everyone already commented in Julian's video, you know, exterminate, so I didn't do it. I was going to do it. I thought I was going to be the only one and I was going to be clever, but about 50 people beat me to it. Anyway, just quickly, so I ordered a lot of 10 and a lot of 20, and I got this 10 off a guy, and I put the first one in whoops. Oh, see, now I zoomed in, and now that's a bit silly. I have to zoom back out again. Okay, I put it in my hack job programmer using my little dip converter thing that I got, which was in my last mail, I think. Or was it in my one I haven't released yet? I don't know. I can't remember. And I put the first chip in, and it wouldn't program. It came up with that whole, you know, invalid signature, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, oh, what's wrong with my programmer? So then I took another one out and put it in, and it didn't work. And I thought, okay, I got a programmer problem. And then I put a third one in, and it worked. I went, oh, that's interesting. So I put the first one back in, and it didn't work. So I went through all the chips, and it turns out that 3 work, and 7 are faulty. They got busted fuses or something in them. They can't be fixed. I've tried recovering them. There's ways you can try to reprogram the fuses on them, and they won't reprogram. And so 7 of them are dead. So I put a dispute in on AliExpress, which I love the fact that you can do that. And the guy basically told me to sod off. You know, hey, nothing wrong with my chips. They're perfectly fine. It's you. And so I went back and forwards, and I got my second order in of the 20, which I haven't opened. Well, I've opened it now, but it's for an upcoming unexpected mail that I haven't even shot yet. I'm still editing my last one. And so I pulled a few of those out and tested them. They worked great. And the markings on them are different. And these are older versions of the chips. And so I sent him a photograph saying, this is the new ones I got. All of these work. These are the old ones I got. Doesn't work. Tried the slowest... Hey, Dave Darko. I've tried the slowest baud rate I can get. I've tried everything. Like, I went through and I did that, the hack on the double cap thing, and I've been through every blog post I can find, and just cannot get them to work, including now trying my new Polulu programmer, which I got. I actually bought an original latest version Polulu programmer because I was having problems with one of my cheap Chinese knockoff programmers. Back and forth. Anyway, I sent a photograph of both chips and the guy, and I said, this is yours on the left, this is the new ones on the right. All these 20 work, 7 of yours don't. And he sent me a message back saying, you're a liar, the ones on the right are mine, the ones on the left were the other guys, we didn't send you old stock, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it went on for a few days, and then AliExpress stepped in and said, look, no problem. Because I asked for 70% of my money back. I'm pretty reasonable. I said 70% of them failed, 70% refund. That's reasonable, I think. And so they stepped forward and said, yeah, that's reasonable. You can, we'll process your refund for you, which is great. And AliExpress are fantastic when it comes to mediating stuff like that. Could be static. I don't know what it is. More sunburn, David. Don't you own sunscreen? Build a high voltage programmer. I don't know. I've tried 3 different programmers, and they all had the same problem. Yeah, like, pity you can't test them first, isn't it, Julian? Anyway, so my lot of 20, they seem to be good. So I I put in a massive AliExpress order yesterday. I ordered 20 ESP32 modules, and I ordered 40 more ATTiny85s, but from the new supplier, the one that I got the 20 from. So this is really disappointing. That's like 7 chips I can't use. And when you've got this many boards... Yeah, that sucks. It really sucks. Or this many boards plus other projects using ATTinies, then that's really sucky completely. Anyway, so that was that's been a very frustrating thing, but it's been sorted out now, or my refund's been sorted, which is good. I'm excited about that. They use 12 volt on reset. How am I supposed to pump 12 volts via reset when the reset line gets powered just from the programmers, and they don't do... I don't think I can get close enough to even show you what they... I'll see if I can get close enough to show what they look like on there. I mean, obviously can I? Let's see if I can focus. No, it's not going to focus. Come on. Almost, but can you read it? No. Okay, sorry, can't do. Oh. Okay, that's bad. I hope everyone's not blind. There we go. They're I mean, they say 8mm on there. They look similar enough, but yeah, they could be clones. I don't know. So I got 3 working ones. That's all I can work with today. Thanks, Dave. If you can. Hey, Chris. Yeah, if you can send me a link, I'll be definitely interested to see, because if I can recover them, that'd be awesome. And if I can recover them, and I'll give the guys money back. But I just didn't like the fact that he called me a liar and told me that the chips that I got from him weren't his chips. I mean, I had the packages sitting next to me with the shipping notifications on them. Like, they were his chips. It's just really frustrating. You need to master manual focus. I don't have manual focus on this lens. So, yeah. My other one I do. Perhaps with the faulty on my 1132 clones. I suspect some dodgy dump in China seller sourcing. Yeah, like, it happens. It's just the first time it's happened for me that I've had that many bad. I mean, 7 out of 10. The guy kept telling me also it was my programmer. I mean, really? If 3 of them work and 7 of them don't? So. These are my little boards. How ridiculous is that? That's the size of an ATTiny SMD. And that's the size of my board. Maybe I went too small. I've got some 0603 parts on here, so I've never worked with those before, so that'll be fun. I'm going to put them on today. Bunny Huang is a great article on fake silicon. He did some research on fake SD cards that were popping up. Cool, yeah, I'm sure it happens a lot. I'm sure it happens a lot more than I would think, but, it's not happened to me yet. And I buy a lot of stuff, I have to say. I've been pretty lucky. But I also tend to buy a lot of stuff not from China as well. Like, if I need critical stuff, I'm just going to buy it locally. Locally, yeah, meaning RS Components or DigiKey or somewhere, and I'll pay the premium and know I'm getting a good product with a warranty. So, but yeah, it was a massive AliExpress order. It was about $300 worth of stuff with the components, just random components. Lots of ICs, lots of ESP32s. So, my plan today is I'm going to put one of these together. I set the stencil up already, because again, there's no point just wasting everyone's time with building a stencil. So there's the stencil with a nice reflection. So I bought a whole bunch of these perf board, and I'm using them for stencils now because I'm running out of stuff. So I just ordered a whole bunch more just so I can use them for stencils. Cube set, use them for space program. These, no, I think they're too big for the space program. Just kidding. So I think they go this way. Pop in there, they fit nice and snug, they don't move around at all. So I've got my paste, I've got my trusty Nerd Perks JCar card with the resistor codes. Actually remember to clean it this time. My paste, although it might just be easy to use this one and just squirt it on today, except it's got no end on it. Hey Julian, can I borrow your foot pump? Just kidding. Anyway, so I want to at least build one of these, and then I ordered some pogo pins, and I haven't obviously got here yet. And I tried to source some locally yesterday, and I could have got some if I went for a 2-hour drive to pick them up. And I decided against it. But basically I was hoping to not have to solder these headers on. I mean, I can solder them on for one board, just to see, just to program it, see how it goes. But the headers make these tiny little boards kind of big. And yeah. So, and I can try to just wedge some DuPont cables into a breadboard and, do that whole bend the pins over thing. I don't know, I'll see. But I'm going to make, so I've got 3 of these bad chips. I figured I'm just going to make 3 of these boards. But I don't want to put 3 headers on, I'm just going to put 1 header on just to test them. Now, before let's get this out of the way first. Yeah, I think we'll get it out of the way. Now, I mentioned on somewhere on social media, hello any Englishman in Brazil. Welcome, I think you're new, I've not seen you before. Hello from cold Australia. Yeah, I mentioned somewhere on social media yesterday that my oven, the grill is so small, or is so wide that I can't put these in the oven easily, and I'm not going to be able to pick them up easily. So I'm going to put them on a PCB. I'll put them on a proto board and put them in the oven this way. That's my plan. So these are pretty straightforward. There's just the ICs, there's 2 resistors and 2 caps. Very straightforward. I'm just going to start with 1 maybe. So shall we go? Shall we get going? We're going to get going. We're going to do this. Excuse me, ignorance. What does the PCB do? Right. So this is... I don't have... it's in the house. Okay. So this is a replacement board. It's a little... It's not really a development board. It's kind of like a NeoPixel driver board. But it can be for more than NeoPixels. It's only got 2 pins broken out. So the idea is to just drive strips of NeoPixels with them. And the idea was to make them as small or smaller than the strip of NeoPixels. Julian makes some pretty small PCBs, but I don't know. I like to see him try to fit his stuff on this. That's pretty small. Yeah, so it's basically in this case it's a NeoPixel driver for a whole bunch of projects I've got that use them. But I built my my kids' LED display, LED acrylic displays with a handmade version of these that I did on proto board. And so I wanted something that was smaller that I could just mass produce, so I could make any type of project that just needed 1 data pin and power to drive a whole bunch of NeoPixels. So I've broken out 1 pin, which is the middle one here, which is pin 0. What can I point to it with? Get my tweezies. So that's pin 0 here. And I also broke out pin 2 over here. So there is an extra pin if I wanted to do something else with it, like read a button input or something. So that's basically all they're for. It's just a little... Oh, and it's got a switch on it so you can flick things, program them to, to do different things. So that's basically all this is for. It's just a tiny little driver board. And then I started putting it together and I thought I wanted to make it small, and then I ended up seeing how small I could get it, and this is pretty much as small as I could get it. Now this version still has a ground copper plane at the back and a VCC copper plane at the front. I went with this. I know I had a lot of people go, "What? Don't do that, don't do that." And then a lot of people said, "Yeah, I do it all the time." I wanted to try it, see what happens. What's the worst? The worst case is all these boards don't work. You know, big deal. Again, big thank you to JLC PCB for this, because they actually paid for these boards and the stencil and the shipping on these boards. I was supposed to do a sponsored video about them, and I might do it. I'll have to do it afterwards. I just couldn't get one done in time before the stream today, and I wanted to do these on the stream. So that's basically all the board is. But I've got a lot of projects that I'm using ATTiny85s for. I will show you another one. I was hoping to actually do one of these. Okay, don't know what that is. I just want to quickly show you these, if you would a close up. They're my badge boards, which some of you might have seen on my jackpot PCB video, Happy PCB Day video. So they're my get the reflection out of the way. They're my badge boards. Thanks, Greg. And they're also ATTiny85s. I've got a button on there. A pull down for the button. Got 3 resistors, which then branch out to a whole bunch of LEDs. So I thought I might give this a go after I build this today, if I've got time. The problem is that switch, which is a surface mount sideways toggle switch, and the battery holder are in some mail that is unopened behind me. So we'll see. I haven't decided yet. It's pretty ugly on the back. So I thought it didn't do the silk on the back. Well, it did, clearly, because there's some silk there. It just turns out that my other values that I put on the back, or other info that I put on the back, was on the wrong layer. So it was my fault, but that's okay. I've also got the pins arrived today, the long ones that can solder onto there. So, and of course, even if I put this together, it's not going to do anything, because I have to actually program the ATTiny85s. And I bought one of those clamp things. Who was it? I think it might have been Stephen Ludgate that pointed me, or I don't know. I apologise if it wasn't, whoever it was. Those clamp things that you clamp it around the IC from the top, and then you can plug it into your programmer. I've ordered one of those, and it's been 4 weeks and it hasn't turned up yet. That's no badge, that's a Ninja Star. It isn't, can I tell you, it is quite sharp. I'm very impressed with the milling on these. I honestly thought the milling would be a mess and be uneven, but they are perfectly milled, and they are actually quite sharp. And I didn't really think about that a lot when I built them as a badge, because, you know, I mean, at the end of the day, no one really wears them as a badge, right? But they're so sharp that it just sticks on. It's into my clothes. Unexpected Ninja. Oh, Andy. Okay, anyway. And, of course, doing the stencil for that was quite a pain, because it's not square, right? So, not only do I have to get a stencil working, but I have to actually get it aligned rotation-wise. I've kind of got it mostly still, like this. But you got to fidget with it a little bit when you put it down, just to make sure it's the right rotation. So that's going to make it a bit harder to put solder paste on, because in case it moves, I might have to blue tack it. Anyway, there we go. We should get going on this, I think. So let's get going. Actually, it looks like an escapement. Hello, Gary. Welcome. Oh, almost broke that. Okay, a bit of paste. Get my stuff out of the way. I just want to build one of these and get it working. I also realised I haven't turned my iron on. I should turn my iron on, because I'm going to have to solder some headers in. Then we get to see my fantastic soldering skills again. I'm not even going to mix it. I'm just going to stick. I don't even need a lot. I need the tiniest amount. It should be enough, I hope. It's really not them. I was actually thinking of hand soldering it, but what's the point of having a stencil if you don't use it, right? Okay, here we go, Nerd Perks. Can everyone see that's nice and... Oh, did I stick my finger in it? No. Might have missed a pad. Okay, maybe it wasn't enough. Okay, so much for the don't go over it multiple times. That's good enough. Yay. Okay, should have got a bit closer. Okay, let's get it out. Just going to leave this here because I might do another one. Let's put it over here so I don't... Yeah, I just realised I don't have any... I need a switch for it. Surface mount switches, where are you? Here you are. Okay. How close can we go? That's as close as we can go. I'm going to smack my head on the camera every time I put my head forward. Can you use a credit card, or does it have to be thinner cards? No, you can use a credit card. You want something that's got a bit of bend, because the idea is you want it to be on an... Okay, I'll do it on this camera. You want it to be on an angle like that. You don't want it to be... Like it's got to have flex in it, so it pushes it through. I've actually got some plastic scrapers in my garage, which I keep meaning to take out and trying. I just always forget. And I like getting ribbed about the Nerd Perks card every time I use it. Because that's all it's really good for. Now I need to make sure that this goes on the right direction, don't we? I'm just going to keep spinning it so I can see the dot. Okay, that's the dot there, so that's the right direction there. Looks pretty good. I think it looks good enough. Let's get our button on, and then I'm going to have to open up my book of 0605s and 0603s and 0805s and take out some passives. I'm going to put my passives on last today. Woohoo! As I said, I'm going to use 0603s for the first time. I'm going to put the 0805s on first. Hello, Stephen Ludgate. How you doing, mate? So I'm not sure if you can see. I just it's also bent. I put away all my 0805s, all my new ones, to go with my old ones. This is an Adafruit one that I got ages ago. I've got more passives in here now than I'll ever use. Like, I've got values that I'm never going to touch. So there's caps and resistors in here. And then I also put together my 0603s. Oop, you can see that. 0603s, caps and resistors in here as well. There's footage of me boringly doing that in 300% speed up in my June random bytes. What do I need? So I'm doing resistors. No, I'm doing caps. So I need a 10 and a 0.1. Okay, come on. I need a 0.1. 0.1 for the IC. Okay. Which is... Well, camera. I am on camera, which is this one here. And a 10 for some power filtering on the way in. Okay, and that goes... Still haven't got some ceramic tweezers. Okay, now I've got 2 more spots for some 0603s. Random by June. Yes, yet to be released. Well, it's still June, so I'll probably release it a couple of days after June finishes. I've actually finished editing the video, even though June's not finished. I finished editing it yesterday, but I've got a couple of more things I might put in there. And there's a couple of things I might take out, because it's actually quite long. It's like 13 minutes at the moment. What's the deal with the solder paste shape on those caps? Solder paste shape. What? Solder paste shape. I don't know what you're talking about. What are we talking about? What did I miss? Okay, I need a 330 resistor. I've never worked with 0603 before, so it should be straightforward, except I'm about half a meter away from the board, which so I'm just trying to get the plastic off without having them all go flying everywhere, because I just want one. I wish they'd put a little plastic, like a tab on the plastic. Would be really useful to start it off each time. It's like finding that elusive bit of tape again when you roll of sellotape or whatever you call it in whatever countries, when it sticks back on again and you're forever spinning it, trying to find with your finger, trying to find the rough edge, the tape. The question for those in the know: in Pinterest is a switch to LEDs with a current limiting resistor. Do I need a resistor on the base? You should use a resistor on the base, not... You want to do it to limit, to not oversaturate the transistor. Like, so, for instance, if you have the current going in to the base, you know, it's got the, what's that, EUF, what is it? I can't remember what it's called, but where it multiplies it up. So, like, the base might need, just some random numbers, like 1 amp. Sorry, I'll try that again. 1 milliamp to switch, but you might have 100 milliamps going into it through the GPIO, whatever. You need to put a resistor in there to bring that down. Otherwise, you're just going to oversaturate the transistor, which might eventually heat it up a lot and kill it. This is a 330. So, for instance, on my Reflow Master, David, there's the transistor that runs the fan. I had to stick a can't remember what size resistor. Damn. I wish actually I did the maths for it on the stream here, and it's on the paper, I think. Right, there we go. Oops, don't want to link. I know I'm getting sidetracked, folks. Can we read this? So I had a 3.3 volt coming in, and the voltage drop was 1.6. Is that right? 0.6, 0.7. The voltage drop was 0.7. So using Ohm's law, that gave me 0.018. So I needed a 1.4K resistor to, oops, that's not even in. I had to use a 1.4K resistor on the base of the transistor to make sure that I was only feeding the base enough current to not oversaturate it. So that's actually what they're supposed to be for. Did I not put that away? Oh, hang on a second. Okay, so that's 330. Let's put the 330 away. I didn't put my cap away. So that's what was explained to me about why you put them on there. That it's to protect the transistor, to not send too much current to the transistor. But there are smarter people than me on this chat, and maybe someone else can give you a better definition. But that's what I did, and it works great. And I'm controlling the fan with it. Okay, and now I need a bigger resistor. I need a 10K. What? Did I just do what I think I just did? I just stick a cap there? Was that a cap? Oh my god, I just put a cap there instead of a resistor. They all look the same. What, limiting the base saturation to the dope layer. That makes more sense than the forums I visited. Gotcha, in that scenario, it's less about limiting the current. That's right. It's pure. They're purely just to. I mean, the transistor can take a lot of current coming into the base. Okay, I gotta check that out. That's a cap. That was really stupid, Sion. I hope I haven't ripped off all the. Let's try that again. See, I'm distracted. 330R. Oh boy. I'm going to stop talking just so I can finish this. Because I clearly cannot do two things at once. Okay, I can't even get this off. Let's do this on camera so you can watch how much of an idiot I am. Come on, plastic. Yield. Just want to rip it now. Okay, maybe I got it. Yay, let's piss off that. Oops, excuse my language. Let's get rid of that cap. Can't believe I just stuck a cap on there. It's not like they look different. Oh, a little bit. Okay, there's a resistor. I hope there's enough paste left there. And now I need a 10K. I just realised I put all these resistors in back to front. As in upside down. That's okay. Oh, that's because the value's on the back. What I missed, lol. A good reason to use separate sample books for caps and resistors. Yeah, but I've only got like 2 pages or 3 pages of each. That's a bit of a waste of a book. Especially how much the books are. Just be easier not to use 0603s. I don't know why I chose that, because I had room for 0805s. I think I just wanted to try them. Not be scared of them. Okay. Last one. Unlike some people who don't mind putting them upside down, I don't like putting them upside down. I like actually seeing. Not that I can read the value on this, but technically it doesn't matter if they're upside down or not, but cool! Okay, that's a board built. It wasn't too hard. Let's put the right components on. Okay, let's put that away. Isn't oversaturation more about speed? Well, it would also be about heat, wouldn't it? I mean, the higher the current you're putting into a transistor, the hotter it's going to get. I don't know. I hate that sticky paper on the resistors. Yeah. So, turn the oven on. Using my reflow master. Did everyone see my my Twitter / Instagram post? I've got my I should move this out of the way. You're probably not going to see it from over there, but I've got a case, a prototype case. Can we see it? No, not really. A bit hard to see. Oh, no, prototype case for my reflow master. Switch it on. Okay, let's get my coffee out of the way because I don't want to do my coffee. Wow, 11 degrees inside the oven at the moment. You're going to put the board on. and we're going to reflow it. Probably needs to be a bit warmer than what it is right now, but that's okay. Okay, warming up, off it goes. Yay! Okay, I'm going to go through chat now and have a look and see what I missed. You need new tweezers. Yes, I know I need new tweezers. I need to get some ceramic ones. I've got I mean, these are all bent out of shape. I've got a pack of really good tweezers that I bought. Oh, let's just zoom out for now. I've got a pack of really good tweezers that I bought that I showcased on one of my really early mail videos, but I just never opened them. I'm still using these ones. It's on the badge. Only draws 1 milliamp, so I don't think they're heating up without a base resistor. Oh, let's just the resistor there is just going to limit the current going to the base. I mean, it's still going to work. They don't need a lot of. It'll be on the data sheet. It doesn't need a lot of current there. And the fact is, there's not a lot of current coming out. If it's coming from a GPIO, then it's not going to. Oh no, in your case it's not. Yeah, I wonder what the current output is from your ICs. They can withstand quite a bit of current. Saw a thing on Thingiverse today where someone designed a little tool to catch the plastic and pull it open. Oh really? Oh, can you post a link to that? Oh, actually, I'll make you a mod. Liz, can you post a link to that? If you can find it. Ads moderator. Liz, you're now a moderator, so you can post URLs. Overcurrent equals overheating, oversaturation slows down the switching speed. But isn't too much current the same? Isn't that the same? You talking about through the base, Julian? Hello, Gotta Live Free. I will be publishing my Reflow Master on GitHub. All the stuff I do is open source. But not. I'll do it once it's completely finished. Yep. I'll get them up on Tindy as a kit, and maybe as a finished assembled board, because they're pretty gnarly to put together. And I'll also be putting the design files up on GitHub for sure. Same with these little suckers. I make all of my designs open source, hardware, open hardware source, open source hardware, whatever it is. Used to be use a saturated switch, and you fully turn it on. Cello tape, whatever the tape's called. Okay, it's reflowing. I wish reflowing was faster. At least I don't have to sit with a torch anymore. So while we're doing that, while we're waiting for that, have a look at this. I'm going to do a video. So this is still the old revision board, but I've made a new holder, an updated version of the holder, and I've got a base for it to sit in now, assuming that the connector isn't on the bottom like this one was. So that's still the old revision board, but I've got my new boards, I just haven't got around to it yet. And there's the IC. So what I've done with this, you're not going to be able to see, there are little hooks in the corners, just there and there and there. Steve, I stuck it on some proto board and stuck in the oven. So there's not a lot of copper on the proto board, so it's not going to absorb a lot of heat. So that's good. So those little corner things, what they do is it allows me to, if I just put the chip on kind of wonky like that, and then I put this in, I can now, I just wiggle it around, and when I take it out, and I knocked it on the way out, try that again, the chip is in the right spot. So before I had to put the chip in upside down and then kind of put the thing over. Now you just place the chip put it down, wiggle it, hold it still, program it. Cool. Fan just kicked in. Yay. Almost done. So that's my SamD21 mangler for those that don't know. Thanks for posting that, Liz. Awesome. Stick some sellotape onto it and then pull the film back. Oh, okay, Rob. That's clever. I wonder if Blue Tack would work with that too. Open the oven. Okay, oven is open. Whoa, that's hot. Let's get my pliers. Let's move this over. So, as I mentioned before, I always stick my boards on a heatsink. That's not going to focus because of the reflectiveness. Probably. Can I focus it? Oh, that's better. Cool. So I'm just letting it cool down on a heatsink. So anyway, yeah, the SamD21 mangler, I'm going to have to rebuild a new board. So I've got a whole bunch of those, obviously, also panelized. So I need to put those together. But yeah, this little adapter, this new adapter, is ace. It's working really well. And I've also got little grippies on the side, which you can't see, little overhanging bits on each side. So it's much easier to pull out now. So I thought that was a much better solution. So you don't have to do the whole upside down thing, inside out thing, whatever. Just gonna move that around to the corner. Going to glue my chips down. Interesting. What are you going to glue them with, Julian? Don't Blue Tack them. I wouldn't want to stick Blue Tack in the oven. There was someone I saw in a video was showing some type of paste that you can get that you put on pads and you put the chip down, or you put a passive down, and it's supposed to hold it in place, but they tried using it and it didn't work. I can't remember who that was. So many videos. Anyway, another successful reflowing. There we go. Let's take that back off. We'll get our focus happening again. Okay. Oh, that did not work. Okay, that worked. So, there it is, all reflowed. I need to put... I've run out of these cables that have just the normal... That's the female end, I think. Is that the female or male end? Whatever else, for the power connectors. So I've got some of these, so I'm just going to connect these together and solder those on. So to get power on one end, I'm going to solder up some of these, connect these on, and I need to put the header on to program it. So let's put the header on first. Let's get some of this stuff out of the way. Get my iron, turn it on. So I'm pretty much back completely into doing leaded solder now. I don't even bother with a lead-free solder anymore. Yep. No, not interested. Okay, so... It's gonna get the old Blue Tack out. Oh, balloon goes up. The chips are down, it's time to solder. Ha, exactly. Okay. Okay. Everyone hold your breath. Get these end ones on. Cool. I built myself a smaller solder extraction fan, with a 12 volt. Oh wow, I missed. With a 12 volt fan I had lying around, but I forgot to pull it out. Really don't enjoy working half a meter away from my face. Okay, that looks good. So, let's see if it works. Let's try to program it, shall we? What do I need? I need my little Polulu programmer. Just going to move my iron out the way so I don't burn myself. I need a USB cable, which I have lying around somewhere. Here it is. Whoa, what happened to the focus? Sorry, folks. What is going on with my camera? I love this, the smell, or the smell. You know what? It's kind of like that, the petrol fumes, right? You're not supposed to breathe them, but I really like the smell of them. There's nothing nicer and worse for you than when the reflow finishes in the oven, you open the oven up and you take a big breath in like a as you open the oven door. What the green tack or something? What's that green tack? Yes, it's just different coloured blue tack. I've shown this before. Blue tack colour. All different colours. Okay, so that's that flashing red light means the voltage on my... Oh, right, I can't do... I need to put power on this first before I can program it. It's silly. So I'm going to have to do this... I have to do power first. Now, I deliberately do not put a regulator on this. So... Just, yeah, before I freak everyone out, I'm going to plug 5 volts into it, and that's it. I'm just going to pull the camera out while I do this, so you can get to see my handiwork. Or not so handiwork. So yeah, I've got a 5 volt, I think it's a 4 amp power supply that I'm going to use to drive it. But there's no voltage regulator on here, so yeah, the whole idea is that people who are using it are supposed to know what they're doing. We've got rainbow tack. Yeah, you call it tack in America, don't you? Because it's just too much to say blue tack. Poster putty. You don't need power it on. Should get it from the ISP pins. No, I tried that yesterday and it didn't work. We can try it, but I don't think so. I'm pretty sure no. Let's find out, shall we? Let's get my cable. Gotta work out which way is which. If the red is VCC, pretty sure VCC is this way. So I've got it plugged in, but no, we've got flashing red light. I'm pretty sure it's got to get power from... It's got to get power from here as well. It actually, well, this particular board checks the power to make sure it's right. Maybe some of the cheaper ones don't. I don't know. Let me just hook the power up. It's got to be done anyway, so might as well do it. Okay. Assuming I get these the right way around. I've actually labelled them. Can't see. Labelling's good. Just gonna go in again. Should I? I think what? You need pretty sure this is this way. Famous last words. Yeah, okay. Oh, silly. I don't want to put it on backwards. Except how am I going to be able to hold this? Probably not. This is going to be interesting. It's too small. I don't know how I'm going to hold it still and solder it. I'm going to, watch me burn my fingers, folks. Is it on camera? As long as it's on camera. Okay, it's one of them. My best work. I always say my best work. And it's always terrible work, but that just means that it's my second best work, because I've never seen my best work yet. That's why I always used to tell people that I was the second biggest Apple fanboy in the world, and they'd say, the second biggest, why not the biggest? And I said, because I haven't met them yet. I'm sure there's someone more of a fanboy than me, but... Okay, now I just need to... Right, so which one is positive and which one's negative on this? Oh, cool, there's a little indicator. That's nice of them. Yeah, not quite Big Clive style. Yeah. I know I should get those little things that you solder on the end to make them more durable. Oops, I'm not even doing this on camera, sorry, but I don't have any. So, this is what we're getting today, folks. Might need a screwdriver. I've actually ordered a whole bunch, I think 20 or 40 of these cables that have the power already on them. But I've used up all of mine, unfortunately. Okay, I'm pretty sure I just put them in backwards. I hope I don't blow this up. It'd be a real shame. Lucky I've got plenty more boards. I just don't like wasting ICs. That's all. Did that fall out? That did. Oh my god, I'm a klutz. Wow. Let's try that again, shall we? Apparently, I'm really bad at okay, I'm not going to finish that sentence. Maybe they just need to be longer. I've never actually used these before. I've got a whole container of them. Right, I think it's got to be longer. I think the yeah, okay, that's better. The cable was getting in the way, the insulation was getting in the way. What am I missing? Hold my beer to watch this, followed by some antics. Okay, that looks secure. Where's my 5 volts? Let's just plug it in and watch it blow up. Ready for the blue smoke, folks? Blue smoke? That's not even on. How do I turn it on? Blue smoke. Any smell? No smell. Yeah, the connectors are a pain in the backside. Okay, but now if I plug this in, we should have... It's not messy at all. Okay, see, now the red lights stopped flashing. And now we have ready. That means ready. So yeah, definitely needed power. Okay, let's program it. Gotta find my mouse. Gotta find Arduino. Except so what do we want to do? Let's, we should probably set up a blink sketch or something, shouldn't we? So we can blink it. To know it's working. Let's do that. Although I don't know how I'm going to get ground to do that. Common ground. Okay. I don't know. Let's just see if we can even program it. So you guys and girls can't see my screen. but that's okay. I've got a blink sketch. I just want to see if it actually programs, if it comes up correctly. I'm just going to do a define on it, because these don't have built-in LED. So tools. So the program I use is the Atmel STK500 development board. That's what is used for this. And it's ATTiny85, internal 8 MHz. I'll just do 8 MHz for now. Let's see if it programs. Here we go. It's compiling. Uploading. Oh, timeout. That didn't work. Maybe it's on the wrong port. Hang on a second. Programming. Done. Uploading. Done. Okay, it worked. So I've just successfully programmed this board to do something that nothing's working. So let's unplug this just for the moment. Actually, what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the NeoPixel strand test on it. That's what I'm going to do. And then I'm going to actually solder up some NeoPixels. So I want this to be pin 0. I need to do that. That changed the code to tell it if it's the 8 MHz one, not just the 16. Okay, I'm just going to compile that and build this. Done uploading. Okay, so technically, I'm just going to unplug the power for now. We've just programmed this board. How exciting. So I should be able to, I can't even see my screen. So if I grab some of these, oh, how many pixels did I tell it was? That was stupid. How many pixels do we want to put on here, folks? Should we do 4? Let's just do 4. I'll go back here and tell it 4. I need to plug that back in again. That's really annoying. I forgot to set how many pixels. It was set to 60. Okay, go again. Set this to be 4 pixels. What am I missing on chat? Night Watts. Is David going? What? We go to bed. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thanks, David. Enjoy the rest of your shoot. Your TV. David's shooting a TV commercial at the moment. Not for him. for a client. So that's why he got super sunburnt twice. Or the second time. Okay, done uploading. Cool. So move that out the way. Let's get 4 pixels. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cut. What are you doing for? Get some scissors. Big scissors. Here we go. I can't even see what's on the screen. Where's my OBS? Okay, cool. So, oh, we need some wire. We need 3 strands of wire. Come on, give me some little wires. Little. So I'm just looking for some, if I've got anything pre-done that I can just hack. And I do. I'm just going to use these. So I don't have to cut them. I'm just going to solder them in for now, I think. No, I shouldn't. I should put them on properly. Oh, it's so annoying. Okay, I'm going to put them on properly. So what do we need? Just use these three. I really don't enjoy cutting and splicing and tinning wires. Plenty of... Why have you got isopropyl fumes? What are you doing? Okay, get those out of the way. Come on. Oh. Okay. This is just not enjoyable. This is not the type of stuff you want to watch someone do on a stream. This and programming. Which is why I keep doing programming streams. Unfortunately, it's very hard to do hardware or microcontroller hardware without programming. That's why I think David, although he can't answer because he's gone, I think one of the reasons he chooses to build a lot of his stuff with old school CMOS or TTL is so he doesn't have to code. And you know what? I don't blame him, but you can obviously get a lot more done with code. Flat ribbon cable? No, I don't have any flat ribbon cable. Lots of stuff I still don't have. Okay, which way is the arrow going? Should probably make sure the arrow's going the right way. Okay, they're probably a bit too long. I hate cutting wires on my desk. I'm gonna do it on the floor. I'll vacuum later. Okay, so I'm going to do ground is green. G for green, G for ground. See you later, Paul. Well, stop. Fitting conservatory roof blinds. Okay, enjoy. Yeah, don't get sunburnt, please. Now, I don't really dislike soldering onto these pads, these copper pads on these strips. I find them very temperamental. Okay, time for some blue tack. I need to do some separating, I think. Hey, am I late? Hey, Ev. You are fashionably late. Something like that. I don't know. You're fine. Look what I put together. Latey tiny board. Look familiar? Okay. That'll do as a start. I'll start with the green. I'm just soldering on some NeoPixels to test it. You know what I should do? I should actually tin the pads first, right? Yep. No one's told me to use flux yet. What's going on, folks? I've had not one flux comment. I'm starting to feel a bit, I don't know, a bit weird. Tin the pads first. Yes. I want to see flashy colours. Okay. Oh, hot. Okay. Good. We reverse the flux. Sometimes you're humour, Andy. I don't know. Okay, so now... That's a really long power cable, by the way. Much longer than I need. Okay, where is ground? Again, top and bottom is labelled. VCC is on top. Well, that's great, because that puts this upside down. See? So I didn't do them in the correct order of what's on the the strips. That's really stupid. Very stupid, Sion. Oh well. I could always twist them. I'm going to twist them. I'll twist them afterwards. Whatever. Okay. So I just realised I hadn't. I'm not tinning the wires. I'm just going to poke them through. If I can. Wow. Why is that so hard? I like the tack, sure beats cooking my fingers. Why would you cook your fingers? Savoury snack? Oh, you mean holding the wires? Yeah. Sorry, a bit slow on the uptake there. Wow, that is a terrible job, Sion. Okay. Yes, I need to tin them. I'm going to tin them. Because that's just ridiculous. 2 attempts. Fail. Watched most of them. Only most of them. I think I've mentioned this before, but I'm going to say it again. Julian's postbag videos, mailbag, postbag, yeah, postbag. They were the first postbag videos I'd ever seen. I was completely hooked. This was last year sometime, early last year. I was just completely hooked by them, and that was it. That was my downfall. I've spent so much money because of Julian. I feel like there needs to be some form of payback. I don't know what it's going to be, but see, this header's really in the way now. That is so frustrating. I'm going to have to possibly do this on its side. Yep, I'm going to have to do it on its side because the header's in the way. Stupid big header. This is called Awkward Soldering 101. I can't even see what I'm doing. I can't even see if I got them. Let's have a look. Yeah, I did. Holy moly. Okay, so if I power that up, that should just work. We ready? It's going to be blindingly bright. Power. Please work. Uh-oh. Didn't work. Oh. Well, that's not good. Why is that not working? I did do it the right way. Yep, arrows. Okay, let's get the multimeter out. Let's find out what's going on. Why is it that everything I do on a live stream fails the first time? I mean, this isn't rocket science. Okay. It's fatal on the wallet. Okay, so let's... I'm hoping it's just a short, but... Okay, let's just see if we've got power coming to the strip. Wow, if I could just... Okay, we've got 5 volts to the strip. That's good. But we've got no data going to the strip. So why do we have no data? Have I got my pins wrong? Did you bootstrap it? No, do I know to see the 16? I'm not using 16, I'm using 8. I've already programmed it. It programmed fine. But let's try it again. Let's plug it in. Well, I might have to put the scope on and see what I'm getting on the data line. tricky. Oh, I got cold coffee again. Okay, let's plug the programmer back in. Okay. Programmer's in. It's connected. Maybe I did something silly with the strand test. Maybe I picked the wrong pin. No, pin should be pin 0. Why is that flashing? Program is fine, but did you bootstrap it? What do you mean bootstrap it? I don't know what bootstrapping it means. I've never had to do anything else other than program it. Can you give me an example of what you mean by bootstrapping it? You mean the bootloader? I shouldn't have to put a bootloader on it. I'll program. This is not the first. I mean, it's the first time I've used this board, but I had one working yesterday. Okay, I just did the bootloader, but it shouldn't make any difference. Strand test. There's just nothing coming out. So I wonder if I've got a problem with my pin 0. Maybe I got my wiring bad. The fuse is inside the chip, and you can tell it whether it's using what speed it's running at and whether it's using an internal or an external clock. So I'm using an internal 8 MHz clock right now. You can also tell the ATTiny is using an external clock. So maybe it's not pin 0. We've got, oh, maybe there's a problem with that resistor. The one that I might not have. Okay, so let's check out. Let's get the scope again and see what we've got on. Because remember I put the cap on where that resistor was. Maybe it's not connecting properly. Maybe there's a problem there. Maybe it's a short where that resistor is. So let's check out the voltage going over that resistor, shall we? Bit hard to hold. I'm getting nothing, no voltage drop across that resistor. Interesting. Yeah, data's on 0. Yeah, but yeah, I'm not getting anything. Oh, 1.3 volts. So that's a bit weird. 5 volts on the VCC pin. So it could be that that resistor is screwed. I don't seem to be getting any well, that's still what it kind of is, except this allows you to program them. LEDs near the 16 MHz clock, maybe you need to change. No, I use 8 MHz all the time on my other projects. Well, at least on my DIP 8 versions. It's the first time I'm using surface mount. So you can see here I've got pin 0 just going to a wire underneath, goes into this resistor and then out to here, to the data line. So either there's a problem here on this resistor, which I can take off and just bridge it. That's what I'm thinking it could be. Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Andy, that there might, when I pulled it off, there might not be enough solder, but I think there is. Let's have a close look at it, shall we? Well, I'll have a close look at it, because I don't think the magnifying glass is going to work on camera. So I'm just putting the tops on my leads. Where'd I put my... Okay, just going to unplug the power so I don't electrocute myself. Let's have a look at this resistor. Maybe you'll be able to see in here as well. Let's have a look. Maybe not because of the reflection. No, you guys aren't going to be able to see. Hello, I can't pronounce that. Help? The help? Okay, I need some help with that, folks. But hello. Now, there's definitely enough solder on that. Yeah, it's not that. That's pin 4, is it not? Pin 4? No. Don't think so. It'd be funny if it was. I don't know, let's try it. Let's do pin 4. I don't think it's pin 4. Let's change it to pin 4. If it is, that'd be very funny. Why didn't that program? Double check. Command failed. Uh-oh. I'm not able to program it now. I got that the wrong way around. Probably. Silly me. Hang on. Okay, try it again. Need to see the schematic. Here we go. You can look at that while I'm programming this thing. Done. Oh, look at that. You're right. So I've connected pin 4 instead of pin 0. Oh, that's bright. Oh, Stephen, thank you. How did I get that wrong? Oh, no. So all my boards have got pin 0. See you later, Greg. Thanks for stopping by. Hello, Greg's visitors. Okay. No, don't have to. I wish I had time to get the scope out, but no, it turns out I just... How did I get that wrong? I have to go and look up my... Yeah, wow, that's really bizarre. But there you go, it's working. Nice. Let's get rid of this. So, wow. What a dunce. I'm a dunce. Yes, it's official. Pin 4 it is. Oh, that is so annoying. Why, oh why? Oh. So for all the people though that told me that don't use a VCC ground plane at the top, I'm not sure why they told me that, but it's working nicely. That's a pretty little tiny PCB, and if you took the header off, which is a real pain. I was saying before, yeah, I got pogo pins on the way. So my plan is to build a jig that I can program these with the pogo pins. So I don't have to stick a header on them, because it's a waste once it's on there. And the whole idea with this was to make it really small. so it can fit in really small places, and the header does not allow that. Just paid for those Neo 7 segs. What? What was that, Stephen? I do know what... No. Ah, right, I got you. Yes. You did just pay for them. Right, I just thought you actually just went and paid for them. Right. Hey, Death Shaker. Just got back from work. That sucks. Work sucks. Okay, well... So... It is working. That is really annoying. It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a pin 4, big deal. I mean, it says 0 on the silk, but it's so small you can't even read anyway. But it seems to be 4. So I wonder what the other one is. I thought that was number 2. This one I've broken out up top here. But I don't know. It's obviously not 2. Yes. Yes, I got it, Stephen. Yeah, wow. Okay. So, yeah. Still cool. I'm happy with it. So, of course, this button doesn't do anything right now. So, I wonder what I've got this button connected to. Oh, that's interesting. It looks like now I've got this button connected. Oh, this is connected to reset. Okay, so that works. I forgot I connected that to reset. So, I got that one right. See the reset button? Oops. If I can click it. Yay. Aren't you working right now? Yeah, this is not work. This is enjoyment. Yeah, this is work. This is actually work. It's my work time. I did a V2 of mine with a very small hole under the chip backside for pogo pins. 45 boards on a 10 by 10. Nice. I got 45? I got 30. How did you get 45? Oh, look at those lights through the PCB. Looks really cool. How'd you get 45 of them? Oh, you didn't put the header on, right? Ah, interesting. Yeah, that's a clever idea. I wonder if you could fit that under the chip for pogo pins. Look at that fancy flashing PCB. You know, I got 30 on mine. I got so many boards. So many. Like, it's ridiculous. I don't need this many. I don't need 300 of them. So there we go. Let's go unplug that for a second. I've got a video coming on this too, but look what I got. Sean Hodgkins, Pixel, Make 100 project, 1 of 100. I've got the very first one. Let's plug it in. Now, I gotta let it go like that. Here we go. And I've got the, I shouldn't be showing this now. I've got a video coming out after this. It's coming in a few days. I'm so banked up on videos. There aren't enough days in the week for the amount of videos I've got. Anyway, there's my Pixel. Be a good B-roll, especially slow down. Yeah, I don't do any B-roll. I should. My videos just aren't that arty yet. Maybe one day. So I've got the board is smaller than yours. Wow, you got it smaller than mine. That's the challenge, Ev. That's it. Okay. We just had a throwdown challenge. Got to get this board smaller. Okay. I'm going to get my board smaller. Revision 2. I'm going to get it so small I'm not going to be able to fit the chip on it. I mean, we don't need a reset button, right? I could even just put a jumper that you could short for a reset button. So if we got rid of the reset button... Okay, challenge is on, Ev. If we got rid of the reset button, and that means we can get rid of that 10K cap, resistor, and we got rid of the header, yeah, I can make this smaller. I can make it so small I can't even hold it in my hand. Okay. This could be dangerous. Open a new window. Oh wow. Yeah. So input and output, and interesting. Tiny little pads. That's really clever. Okay, I'm just going to share this if I can, so you can all see. I'm going to go plus, what's it called? Window capture. And I'm going to do Google Chrome. There we go. Everyone can see this. Look at that. So that's Ev's new board. Oh, cheater. Cheater. Pumpkin eater. Hang on. So you've got a switch. You've got a cap. And cap and resistor. Okay, nice. Look at all that extra room you could get rid of. Look, space here and here. You can squeeze that up. You can squeeze that. Come on, you can make it smaller. Nice one. Okay, no, I'm not going to make mine smaller. I'm happy with mine. I've got enough other things to worry about than making the smallest board in the world. That's very cool. Very cool. Okay, well, we're going for an hour and a half, and you know what? I don't know if I'm going to want to start another project. The biggest problem I've got is I really want to build a badge, but half the stuff I need for the badge is, as I said, is in some mail right now. And I could put together a SAMD21 mangler, maybe. But I don't have any of the parts out. Resistor and cap on the back side, make it both side board. Yeah. See you, Jonathan. Thanks for joining. Hope you have a good sleep. Yeah, look, I don't need to get these any smaller. I mean, I'm pretty happy with those. The aim for me was to have them as small as my NeoPixel strip, so they can pretty much be a continuation of the NeoPixel strip. That was my plan, right? I mean, I could use shorter cables. I might, yeah, get them redone and have the pins the other way around, because that's a bit silly. See you, Colin. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, everyone, go check out Colin's channel. He's got a really cool video on a bird feeding thing with a Raspberry Pi, like a bird feeder box, whatever it is. Very cool. Hey, Looney. Welcome. You missed all the fun, Looney, of me not knowing which pin's which for the GPIOs on my board and breaking out pin 4 instead of pin 0. But anyway, it's all good now. So yeah, so for me, I just wanted the board to be the same size as the strip, and I achieved that, and that's perfect. If I switched them around, I could. Obviously, they're back to front now. I'd have to redo the board with them the other way around. But yeah, I mean, I guess I could. I could change these pins to be. Oops. I could change the headers to just be pads. That might work. Yeah, maybe. Could solder them underneath. Wow, that could be interesting. So just from, if I look at it from this side, just for now, let me just get closer so you can see what I'm talking about. So, forget about the fact that they're out of order, but if I made these pads on the bottom, but with the through hole from the top, then I could technically place that there and solder them. So tin the pads, put that down, and then heat it from the top. And that could actually solder them on. Or I could solder the board on upside down, sure. Could do that too. Wouldn't, yeah, I mean, if there was no header on there, that'd be fine. Although, for the projects I want to use it for, I actually want the board to sit next to it. I want it to sit kind of like that. In my current projects, I don't want it to be at the end, but yeah, you could do that. Is it interesting though? Whoa, really cool project. What, the little tiny board? It's not so cool. It's pretty straightforward. There's nothing fancy about it. It's just a little... I just wanted to build a little tiny ATTiny. It's an LED or a NeoPixel driver board, but it can be used for anything. It's got 2 IOs broken out. It's got a reset switch and a programming header. But yeah. Pogo pins on the way. Just need a long thin LiPo now. Yeah. I don't need it to be battery powered. And so one of the projects, or a couple of the projects that I want this for, is going to need to drive about 30 or 40 pixels. So a LiPo is not going to last very long if I do that. How about half holes? You mean castellated, whatever it's called. You can do castellated holes as well. That's another option. I can do a revision too. The problem is if I go castellated holes, and that's great if you want to connect this directly to it, but if you don't want to, and if you want to use wire, it makes it really hard to wire them on. Really hard to solder the wires on when they're only a half hole. So yeah. But that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that now that I've got the right pins working. How many pixels can the ATTiny drive? A stack. I don't know. 100 maybe? Like... Tried driving 144 and it didn't work. Really? Interesting. With what clock speed? Oh, I would have thought you should be able to get 100, but I mean, none of my projects need that many. I think the most I need is maybe 30 or maybe 40. I mean, yeah. I mean, and Uno is only 8 megahertz, so, and that should, I mean, it should be able to drive whatever this can drive, unless it's just a current issue going through the GPIOs. I don't know. A stack, is that an official unit of measurement? It is in Australia. A stack. Yeah. Empirical test, 110 works, 112 doesn't. Okay. Interesting. I wonder why that is. You sure it's just not a power issue, Ev? Well, there you go. I was, my guess at 100 was close. So my dilemma right now, folks, is I have a stack of boards for different projects to put together, and I just don't know whether I should do them, if I should just make them, if I should make them on video, or if I should make them on a stream. I kind of enjoy now putting stuff together on a stream. I mean, this was not a difficult board, but I wouldn't mind putting my ESP32 boards together on a stream. Oh, interesting. So I wonder if we add an external clock instead of an internal clock. Crystal. An external crystal might allow it to drive more. And in power for the pixels. Well, this is just but this is external power. Andy, I mean, this power is, I mean, the power is not coming from the chip. The power is just coming from the power source. The chip is just providing the data pin. But yeah, it could absolutely be a clock issue, because this is running an internal clock, which is just a pretty average internal crystal-y type, whatever it is, some form of oscillator. But with an external crystal, maybe it would be able to do a better job. With the bare bones AT25, I can run enough for a NeoPixel belt on 3 AA's. Yeah, for how long? How long does it run for, Death Shaker? 7 minutes, and then it's over. At what brightness? That's what I want to know. Because I'll show you why. Because, speaking of 3 AA's, so I have this, you might have seen in one of my previous mailbags, for this project, for these. I want to drive them off AA's, 3 AA's. Do you have a strip of NeoPixels that you can solder to it? 100 maybe. I don't know. I don't know if I have any NeoPixels I can solder to it. Yeah, I got stacks. But I don't want to do that. I don't want to, actually I've got a few of those. I've got one that's got 100 per meter instead of 60. 100? 90 per meter instead of 60 per meter, like this. I got stacks. That should work. I'm just gonna, Becky Stearns, Arduino, from my experience, the NeoPixels are very forgiving. Yeah, maybe. Maybe there's also a bad strip of NeoPixels. I mean, the quality you get on some of them are pretty average, I have to say. Are they the 4-pin or 6-pin ones, Ev? Where's Jess Shaker? Yeah, I want to know how long your AA's can run for, Death Shaker. Because I want to run about 30 NeoPixels and an ATTiny85, but from this lasts 4 hours or more. Yeah. See, 4 hours, that's the problem. I want this to last like days. And it's not going to. They won't be super bright. So my thought was, I've actually got quite a few of these. My thought was I was going to put them in, what do I need them in? Parallel and series. To put them in parallel. Parallel gives me the same voltage, twice the current. Right? Something like that. Anyway, whatever it is. So I thought I could power it from 6 of them. But yeah, I don't know. It's actually a problem because the place I want to put this, I mean, you got to wait to see the project. The place I want to put this, it's not easy to run power to it. So I was hoping for a way to run them off batteries, and where I could just put rechargeables in here and switch them out as I needed them. But if it's only going to last a day, it's not really worth it. 4-pin versions. Okay, yeah. Still, 100's pretty good. 100's very good. Okay, well, you know what, folks? It's been almost 2 hours, or an hour and 45, and yes, parallel. Thank you. Yeah, I had to think about that one for a moment. Had a bit of a brain fart, we call them here. So I'm glad I got this. I don't really need this anymore unless I want to pre-program them. That's the other thing as well, is I can pre-program them with this and then just put them on the board if I know I don't need to reprogram them, and then I can just leave the headers off. But yeah, I've got, as I said, I've got stacks of pogo pins coming. I've got spear top and needle top ones coming. So I can build 2 different jigs, which means I could probably do the whole pins behind the back like Ev did as well on a future board or for other things. But there we go. I wish I could get my... Can I get this closer? Let me see if I can get my reflow oven. my Reflow Master close up. I'll try. Oh, maybe I can. Oh, look at that, I can. Okay, let's pull this out. So I'm going to show you guys the case that I built. So this is my Reflow Master case. It's not final. I've got a few things I'm playing with. I haven't attached the piezo. It's just kind of stuck in there right now. I made it was a bit too wide to make this cable hang out the side here. So I've got this kind of thing where you can feed the cable in the side and they sit there, but this isn't long enough, so I had to put a hole at the back. I got screwing in. Let me pull it apart. Show you. I'm pretty happy with the design. I mean, black's a bit boring. I might reprint it with my PETG, or at least orange or something, different colour, or grey. Black is boring. Hello, Nicholas. You've been lurking. Come on. So the thermocouple is wired directly to the board through a screw terminal, because you can't just put a plug on this cable. You can get particular joiners that I could do an external plug, so I can have it kind of sitting like this as an external thing, but they're really expensive. They're about $25, and that's fine for me, I guess, for my use case, but not really reproducible. So let me just get this off. If I can get it off, please get off. Oh, come on. Here we go. So this is the back. Bit hard to see with the black with the reflection. So this top bit here slides into a groove along the top to hold it in place. And this bit that's sticking down here, whoops, the bit that's sticking down actually holds the screen in place. So the screen, there are 4 little nobbins things that go into the hole of the screen. Wow, I haven't actually taken the plastic off the screen. That's funny. Which hold the registration of the screen. Oh, lost my little nut. And then this top thing here actually holds the screen in place. I'm using this with pogo pins. I'll have a look at that in a sec, Ev. So anyway, yeah. So this is kind of how it looks inside. I've got the buttons sitting on the side here. And I've got my nuts that slot in to these holders. And that's pretty much it. I haven't screwed in the switch. It's kind of just sitting here at the moment. But I don't think anyone cares. Hello, Alan. I think everyone's too busy talking about NeoPixel still. So anyway, it just slots in. Just like that. And then screw it in place. Oh, except I lost my nut again. It's not really designed to do sideways on camera. Okay, gotta hold it still this time. I'm just gonna talk to myself, folks. Yeah. Show myself my Reflow Master box case. Thanks. I'm just kidding, folks. That's fine. Loose nuts, never a good thing. So, yeah, I might change it so the stuff that hangs out the side actually just comes out the back as well. I don't know. It's, yeah. And I need shorter screws. They don't need to be this long. 3D printers are ace. A lot of joy, a lot of frustration with them. This is just sitting up in the background, just blurring colour everywhere. So anyway, that's my Reflow Master case. I only actually finished that yesterday. Haven't even done an updated video on it. And as I said, it's still a prototype. But it's good enough for now. It does everything I need for now. I need to go to the hardware store today and get some little tiny screws for here. So you'll see the switch has actually got little screw holes, maybe. So I just need to get some little screws that fit there so I can hold this in place. And I use my USB extender so I can plug USB externally so I can just move it. But that's pretty cool. I'm happy with that. And it works, which is good. The most important thing. So, question, next week's stream, what would you like me to build? I'm going to build something live again. Thanks, Liz. I'm going to build something live again. So the question is, do you want me to make an ESP dev board? ESP32 dev board, my revision 2. Let's pull everything out. Wow. So do you want me to build one of these? Oh, I love how the light shines through where there's no copper. That is so cool. So I can build one of those. I can build a SAMD21 Mangler again. Go through that process again. Well, that's fairly quick to build. These are not so quick to build, but anyway. I can build a... So I've got my Revision 2 Reflow Master boards. I can build one of those. I need my... That's interesting because there's no programming header on them anymore. I took that off. So I'd need to use my Mangler to bootload the chip to be able to use it on that. Building one myself. I think we'll need the most troubleshooting. Doesn't everything I build need troubleshooting of some description? Mostly through user error. I don't know, everything should just work because they're all revision 2, so they've all gone through the process of... I'm trying to think, what have I got that is revision 1? Well, that was revision 1. These were revision 1, clearly. That's not ready yet. I could, well, I was going to say I could build some more Neo X segments, but they're pretty boring to build. Let me know in the comments, actually, what you want me to build next week, and I will, yeah. I mean, if it's a SAMD21 thing, then obviously I could probably put together a Mangler and a Reflow Master. But I don't personally need a second Reflow Master. I've got one and it's working fine. What's the next step with the 7 segment? Are you going to build a clock or something? The 7 segment or the X segment? Okay, we've got 2 votes for ESP32. Well, the next thing, I'm working on obviously the code, the library still for the Neo X. I want to build a 6-digit subcounter for that, but that could be used as a clock, I guess, as well, or anything. I don't know about the clocks. I don't need I've got a watch, I've got a phone. There are enough people out there that build clocks, I think. Could do. I've actually got a different idea for a clock that is a whole nother project, so maybe I'll save my clock build for that, because I only ever want to build one clock, I think. Just the one. So, okay. Oh, the badge. The badge. So the badge needs code. Interesting. I need to prototype that as well. So I'm going to prototype using and I better do this right. That means I've broken out the wrong pin on my badge as well. Wrong way. So I'm going to have to prototype. I'm going to prototype it with a dip package. Okay, interesting. Yeah. Okay, I'll either do the ESP. Like, yeah, I'm gonna. If for the project, I'm just gonna build the board. I'm not actually gonna make it do anything. I mean, yeah. I don't know. That's a whole project on its own. For the live streams, I prefer to actually sit and build a board. Okay, so either the SP32 or the badge. Or I might do the badge on a video. Oh, I don't know. I'm polarized with choice. Live prototype sounds fun. So prototype the badge, program it, and then build it. I can do that. And you'll get to see what the badge is going to do while it's going. Okay. Okay, so it'll either be that or the ESP32. One or the other. Cool. Okay, that sounds good. I'm going to call it there, folks. Thank you very much for joining. It was a, once again, an eventful stream. I'm glad it's working. Silly mistake. Oh well. But appreciate everyone's input, and thank you, Stephen, again for showing me the error of my I/O ways. Don't forget to hit that like button, everyone. Please, really helps. Choose what I need most. Oh, well, I don't need any of it. I want it all. There's a big difference between want and need. But polarized. My glasses are polarized. But yeah, thanks everyone. I'll yeah, indecision. I'll work something out. I've got a lot of options. A lot of options I can build. Have a nice week, everyone. Have a nice end of the month. And yeah, I'll catch you all next time. Cheers. Everyone go make something.